didn't even ask me what I wanted. You made dumb assumptions, clearly not your forte. Clearly don't be fucking, you've been fucking liars. Thought that I should let you.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Ntabdi, and thank you for joining me once again. As you can see, we are back with Wine With Me. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm sorry guys, Wine is the girl that she thinks she is. You get me. I know you get me. Anyway, before we get into this video, do all the things that need to be done. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's get into it. So today we have a nice bottle of Blanc de Noir by Bosch and Dell. Okay, my ring light is ring lighting too much. And I was like, you know what, let's have a little bit of this. We haven't had a pink wine on the channel yet. Yeah, it's very much like a blush pink. Do all rosés look like this? I feel like this one is very much like, it's very light. But anyway, I have had this wine before. I really did enjoy it. So I was like, okay, let's put it on the channel. Let's enjoy it together, because why the hell not? Whew! The first sip. And guys, it's been such a long week. Like, I'm gonna savor this sip. Let me tell you. Let me tell you now. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Okay, so now that our wine is open and poured and tasted and making the girls feel good, let us get into it. And don't forget, always have your water, because why? We are responsible drinkers on this channel. So today, I don't know why I'm so itchy. Today, I don't know how you guys are going to look at me after this video. But this has been on my heart and on my mind for a very long time. I've spoken to a few people about it. Because it's the kind of thing that kind of does come up, and a lot of people have feelings about it in their own way. So today I just wanted to touch on my own feelings, let me put it like that, when it comes to like religion and spirituality. And I say religion and spirituality because, yeah, I'm on a journey. And it's tough. I'll put it that way. It's tough, but it's not tough. So I'm going to start at the beginning. Once upon a time, Ntabdi was in love. Yeah, I don't know if he was my first love. And I say that because way back when, before Once Upon a Time, I had a first love, but like I was young and it was just, teenage infatuation. Like, you know how it is, guys. You know how it is. So after my breakup with this guy, obviously, you know how breakups go, especially when, you were really invested in the relationship and you thought it was going to be forever. I just, yeah, boy. But after that, I don't know why it happened after that, but I think I was just going through a lot of um, things, a lot of feelings. It was kind of like the beginning of my soul searching, like the real beginning, because I was probably doing a little bit of it, but not like intentionally, and maybe consciously. And then I decided I'm not going to go to church anymore. And when I say I'm not going to go to church, because yeah, my church going was diggering, but Now I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm putting a full stop on that, and we will review it as life goes by. So I put a full stop on going to church, and then I put a full stop on my Christianity totally. And the reason why I brought up my breakup is because my mom had met this guy, and like, quite a few times, and we chatted and stuff like that, you know, all three of us. And he had always expressed that he believes in God, but he doesn't like believe in Jesus, and he wasn't really a churchgoer. So when I told my mom that, nah, bruh, like, I can't join you in that, like, and when I say I put an end to my Christianity, like everything that comes with it, reading the Bible, praying, um, actually like believing in God. Hi, bro. Hey. So my mom was like, "Hey, hilom fan," and I'm like, I get why you think that, but it really wasn't about him. Like I said, it was like a soul searching thing. Um, and deep down, there was a little bit of anger. And that anger came from the fact that, like, everything felt like it was going wrong, as we usually feel. Like, the math just doesn't math. And you're like, what the why? Like, why am I suffering? And then I just had this thought where I was like, ngempela, ngempela, how and why do we suffer? Or rather, why and how do we suffer? So then I thought to myself, if I take my mother, she loves me with all her heart. She would do anything for me. She would literally buy this whole earth and kick you guys out just for me to live here. Just me and her. If I said, listen, ngifuna nje ukuthi ungithengele wonke lo mhlaba, siphile nje mina now, she would do it. If it were in her power and in her capabilities, and she had the resources, she would absolutely do it. She would not want to see me suffer, or anything like that. So if I know and have experienced that kind of unconditional love, the same unconditional love, or maybe not the same, because obviously God and humans aren't the same, but if that's what I know unconditional love to be, what we were told it is that, like, no matter what, but like umuntu uyakuthanda and they would do anything for you. Why am I not feeling that from God? Like, why am I not where I want to be in life? Why am I suffering? Why is my mom suffering? Like, why are we unhappy as a people? Why are we just going through the most when this person who has all the power, or rather this entity, and can do anything he wants, why would he let us live in shambles? Why? Why would he even create a world that he knows is going to end up where we're at right now? And the fact that still day by day, things are just getting worse. Why would he let that happen? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, which is why I also don't like the whole God is a woman chat, because, yeah, women can be brutal, but like, women are known as loving, caring, nurturing, and I'm not getting that from God. And the whole chat yokuthi, there's light at the end of the tunnel, kuba mnyama kakhulu masekuzosa. He doesn't give you like any burden that you can't carry. Like, why are we going through that? I just It just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, the math is not mathing. Like, why is this person so okay with seeing us suffer? Why kunabantu aba abaphila butepu and thina nje la at the bottom of the barrel trying to scrape through. And I'm not saying that everyone is perfect and everyone has a perfect life, or rather other people have a perfect life, but guys, even then, like, why are we like this emotionally? Why are we like this mentally? Financially, physically? Like, why are there all these problems that I feel like can be solved in a matter of not even seconds, like in a split second, at a snap of a finger? Like, they can be solved. And agafuni ubhekile nje uyasibuka as we are suffering, crying, niyathandaza, and yena nje uthi nizozibona.
It's not happening.
Uyangigluthika nje okwangempela. Like, why? Like, if someone can explain to me the logic, if there's logic, or anything, like if you can explain to me why he would let that happen, it's fine. I would go back to being a Christian. I would go back to praying, go back to believing. Church is another thing, and that is why I wanted to speak on this personally, because I know that a lot of people do still pray and believe in God, but church goers make church undesirable and unpalatable. So kube ngathi ba abahedeni, umhedeni ngesingisi? Yeah, heathen, yes. Kube ngathi people are heathens, but they just don't like the energy that people have at church, so then they can't put themselves in that space. And abantu abadala ngoba ibona kakhulu nalaba-ke abalingana nathi that of that thinking, they're very judgmental about that. Like, you don't go to church, and then it seems as if like your relationship with, or rather their relationship with God is better than yours. And uh, that's not how it works. I don't believe that's how it works. But for me personally, I just feel like before ngize ngikholwe futhi, and even then, like, I haven't 100% done the work to believe in anything. I'm just living. And that's because after I made the decision to stop believing, I went on Google and I was like trying to find a new religion and all of that, because I was like, if I don't believe in God, or if I'm not Christian, then what am I? What am I going to be? And I did come across one religion, which now I forget what it was because this was like 3 years ago. But basically, and this is very basic, I didn't read too much into it, but it just says that yes, God created us, God created the earth, the animals, the trees, whatever. But then after that, he was like, okay, sengiyanyekelela ukuthi niphilele and nizoyibonela. Like, he basically does not have any hand in what happens here on earth, which makes a lot of sense to me, because I don't really see how a big bang can just create earth. Believing that a God that we don't know, that we've never seen, that we don't understand, um, created Earth is also a bit, but you have to believe that we came from somewhere. So if you believe in the Big Bang, cool. If you believe that God created us, cool. So I'm gonna stick with that, but it just makes sense to me that everything else that has happened, everything else that is happening, he's just there chilling, and we're kind of on our own. And that's okay. But like, let's not lie to each other and say that uNkulunkulu uyasiza, uNkulunkulu uyasipunisha, or whatever it is that you say that he does. Like, no, like, because now all of it just feels like it's a punishment. So that's where I'm at right now, where I'm just like, um, I'm living in a world that is like very, I'll say, religious. And there's a lot of people around me that are believers in God and they are Christians. And it's a tough spot to be in because it feels like I'm going to be judged if I actually say this and I say, yeah, I actually don't really believe in God right now. And it's just like, how could you not? Like, it's God, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not judging you for being a believer. So, don't ask me that. Like, don't judge me for the decision that I've made. Um, and yeah, like, I feel like there's points that I left hanging and
I should have known, man.
now forgotten. But that's just basically it, where I feel like, you know, now it's as if I need to believe in something. I have to believe in something. I'm not atheist. I'm not a Satanist or anything like that. But guys, oh God. Like, oh God, akambulala ngani usathane futhi nje kwasekuqaleni akambulalanga ngani. Like, we wouldn't have these problems if he just was like zap and then he was gone. Like, why the drama? Ngoba phela sekuyidrama leyo ukuthi wena unedrama nosathane, kufike thina sekufanele thina sibe nedrama nosathane, asinazi nobabili, asinazi ukuthi nilwiswe yini, but now we're basically in the middle. Like, why? Uyayizwa lento engishoyo? And another thing is that, and I touched on this like in the beginning, is that you knew what you were creating. Like, if you can see well into the future, you knew exactly what was going to happen. So giving humans the power of choice, like, it was unfair because you knew Wuti things would just spiral out of control, and now this is where we're at. And then you judge us for it and you punish us for it, and we have to be scared of you. And how is that love? How is that unconditional love? Like, when uyasithanda kodwa futhi kunama-conditions, and masisithatha ngokwe-21st century, angithi we're all trying to like build relationships with our parents, with our siblings, with our friends, with our partners that are healthy, that are not toxic, that are not manipulative and narcissistic and all of those things. But low key, where are we learning this? Where are we learning this behavior that we are now trying to unlearn?
I need to understand how some of y'all think that is normal.
Do you hear my chat? So, yeah, it's something I'm definitely really struggling with, still struggling with. And um, the only reason why I say I'm struggling is because I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to continue like floating through life, not really believing in anything, because I just feel like, our life choices are what make our lives what they are. Um, so how can we attribute whatever happens to someone that doesn't seem to really play a part? When something good happens, you thank God. But what if it was just supposed to happen? What if that was just part of your life? Like, even if you hadn't prayed for it, but it was still going to happen. But when something bad happens, you don't really thank God, but like, you obviously pray and say, oh my goodness, like I'm going through this, but like it's not, is it done by Satan, or is it just something that was supposed to be in your life? And if it's not done by Satan, then is it done by God? Why is he doing bad things to you? Why must you learn a lesson from him? Which is why I say, Guti, your life is what it is because of your own choices, and because that is the path that your life was going to go on anyway. Like, besides another person, besides another entity. So yeah, like I'm not in a rush to really decide, oh, it's okay, I'm going to become Muslim, I'm going to become a Buddhist, I'm going to be Hindu, whatever. Like, I'm not in a rush to find that out about myself, because I really think that there are more important things that I need to deal with, which sounds super bad. No, it sounds really bad.
Hey! Is that bad? Very bad. Very, very bad.
But it's my truth, and I think that I think that you guys can relate. Some of you can relate. Um and like I said, some of you can relate on the part of, still being praying Christians and believing Christians, but, going to church is difficult. And then there's a guilt surrounding that as well, where you grew up going to church, but you just can't put yourself in that space anymore because of what it feels like now, because of the people there and the things that are taught and the things that you now have to unlearn. Because when you really think about it, like, there's a better way to know things and to live life. So yeah, guys, hey, kunzima, kunzima cool. Those are my feelings, guys. I asked a lot of questions. Well, it was more why. Like, I said why a lot in this video, because ngempela angi-understand ngempela ukuthi why siyagoa, and it feels like sigoa as youth, but nabantu badala bayagoa and bake bagoa, but abaphila ngesikhathini where they could actually, go against what they were taught and go against their parents, because I mean, it's our parents that teach us things. So living your own life and living your truth, making your own decisions is not easy. And that's why I said, like, this is a tough chat for me to have, because I was the girl, the church girl. Ngiyalazi iBhayibheli. I mean, I haven't read the whole Bible, but ngiyalazi iBhayibheli. If I wanted to just shumayela, mhlawumbe ngingashumayela nje. Thank you so much for listening. I think I said everything that I wanted to say. I just wanted to get this off my chest, because it is something that I think about a lot. I speak to my mom pretty much every day, and every day, like, something comes up where she's just like, yeah, uthandaze, nami ngiyathandaza, and it's like, bro, but it's second nature to her to say that, and it's also her trying to, like, bring me back. So even though she, like, respects where I'm at, but isakhona leyo nto ukuthi ngamfundisa kanjena, and this is what I know, and I just hope that she comes back to it. And I've told her that, I'm not opposed to going back to being Christian if that's where the universe takes me, and even becoming a part of the, same denomination that I was born into. So that's not out of the works, out of the books, out of yo. Okay, this is your sign. This is your word. This is your whatever you want to call it. To be yourself, live your truth, and just be happy in this tough world. There are pockets of happiness, and create that for yourself. Don't let other people take that away from you, and knock it down, because yeah, people do it intentionally, people do it unintentionally, but just be you, feel your feelings, and drink some wine. Thank you once again for staying to the end of this video. I hope I see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And just before I go, stress ukuthi anginiswenkeli guys, and ngiyaxolisa kodwa ngimuhle. So that should count for something, right? I'm gonna try and do better, guys. I'm gonna try and do better. Kodwa mase ngifuna ukukhuluma nani guys, ngibe semoyeni, and then I go for it. So you can't fault me for that. Thank you guys so much for staying till the end of this video. I feel like my thoughts were a little bit more put together this time. Yeah? Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, I will see you in my next video. I love you guys, and have a wine-filled day. Mwah. Goodbye.
Mudimu, help us.